I mean, basketball is basketball, so it's pretty much the same. The only difference that it is this is the start of this part of the season. At the beginning of the season, we were out there a lot more. So we're treating this like it's towards the end of the season. So it's still pretty similar to how we were before. Obviously, you're not in your own home gym, you're not in your own practice gym, but we prepared in the first couple of weeks when we got here, and now we're doing everything we can for each team, focusing on what they're doing, taking a lot of time to really go through what they're going to do. So it's pretty similar.
Mark Monteith.
Justin, obviously you're going to give up a lot of size to Philadelphia. How do you go about as a team making up for that?
I mean, at the end of the day, the size of the player doesn't really matter. It's basketball. Obviously, I'm not very big at all, but I'm where I am in my career. I play the floor now, so size doesn't matter. We're gonna have to make sure we play together. I think that's the biggest thing for us right now, is to make sure that we play as a team. That each person puts the team first, and each person does their job. Whatever your job is when you got there, do it the best you can, play together, and make sure we can obviously get stops and find ways to stop people.
Anybody else? Raise your hand. Not you, Justin. Anybody else on the panel? Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Justin, before the New Orleans Utah game, pretty powerful moment in as you guys work through how you deal with social justice. Talk about the conversations you guys continue to have and the things that you're continuing to try to do while you're down in Orlando.
I mean, yeah, we have all types of conversations. Usually, the conversations happen in interviews, the questions that we have from you guys, but as well as I actually still am doing my podcast called The Platform, and we actually had Drew and Aaron both on there as guests. And in that conversation, we talked about, what Drew did. And the thing that didn't actually click for me the first time when I knew what he was doing when he called me, obviously it was big and it's huge regardless. But in him doing that, he literally came down here to play for someone else. Period. There's no way you can look at all this money that he's making from it. Goes to someone else and goes to the black community and to further it and help them. So it's great to have those conversations, and I was glad I had that conversations because I got to think about it at a bigger level than him just giving in the first place. And hopefully these conversations for everyone, again, allows people to understand the situation more, to try to find ways to help the situation more. And also, I mean, like I always say, is to keep it, uncomfortable, because that's what keeps people thinking. When things become routine, when things become normal or brush out the way, that's when we forget and we move on, nothing happens. So these conversations have been good, man. And, I think they're going to continue to happen throughout the whole rest of the season.
Aaron Tadot.
Hi, Justin. Guilherme from Brazil.
How are you doing?
Fine. You're about to make the playoffs playing with your brother. What it's like for you, that?
It's a dream come true. Playing with both my brothers was something I've always wanted to do. I played with Drew before, and to get a chance to play with Aaron, regardless of how the season went, was something that's very, very important to me. It was time I got to spend with Aaron. I missed a lot of time when he was in high school playing basketball, so to be able to see him play at the highest level and to play with him every day has been a blessing. And I'm thankful I'm here. That's another reason why I'm glad I'm here and playing. I get to finish out the season with Aaron, because we don't know, obviously, what happens past the season, but to be able to have this time with him, and we're spending a lot of time together because, we're in this bubble, and there's not much else to do but to spend time with one another. So it's been a blessing. I'm thankful that we're playing together, and hopefully we can do it for a while.
Yeah, I thought it went smooth. I think Yakar does a really good job of bringing energy to the floor. Same with Edmond. He's a guy that's kind of filled in all year for us when we need him. And I think as long as you have TJ McConnell out there running the show, he brings a lot of energy to the floor, and we certainly need that. And I thought it was great doing the 10-man rotation just because we were able to get up and down and get our legs back because you can't simulate a real game in practice.
Kristen Airy.
Yeah, Doug, Nate said you guys really haven't talked about it a lot, but you guys are looking, it seems, for the three-point shot more. your second unit with you and Justin and Aaron when he's out there, you guys are good 3-point shooters. Is that more of a focus that you've had during these 3 scrimmages?
Yeah, definitely. I think with Domas out, coaches really emphasize getting up and down the floor. So that's something we've been focusing on. Whoever gets it out of net, throws it to our point guard, and we get out and run. And we got 3 really good shooters in that second unit with me and Justin, and obviously, and Aaron's in there with us too. So that's a big emphasis for us, and we're going to keep trying to do that.
Mark Monteith.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So I'll ask about, did you have a chance to play golf yesterday? Any follow-ups to that initial round with Vic and McConnell?
Well, I'm playing a lot faster without those 2, that's for sure. I think I played in like 2 hours and 20 minutes a day in 18 holes. So I'm done giving golf lessons, focusing on, our games. And I was able to play again today, so that was fun. And but, now that we're getting into games and we're going to have them every other day, I figure it's best to hang the clubs up and, save them for when I get back home to Indiana.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Doug, the shooting environment, I'm curious the different arenas that you've played in, and even it's probably a little bit different there than the practice facilities, but where you'll be playing the games, what is that like compared to what you play normally, and do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. The lighting's great. Obviously, it's a little different without fans, but, I really like the setup so far. We actually haven't been able to shoot in the arena we're going to be playing a lot of our games in, so hopefully have a couple of shoot-arounds to get used to that environment. But overall, the NBA's done an incredible job listening to our feedback, on certain things like the sounds and the lighting. So we have a really good setup. I'm excited to get some shots up and hopefully win some ball games.
Mark Monteith.
Yeah, Doug, I know you've had 3 scrimmages now without fans, but Saturday you play a real game. What do you think that's going to be like, regular season game that counts without fans on hand there?
Yeah, it's going to be different. But, I tried to take the scrimmages like a real game. So it won't be too huge of an adjustment. Obviously, we're really going to be trying to win. And, we're going to be playing with that intensity, playoff intensity, because we know they're right around the corner. So we definitely got to lock in, to our opponents. And, the no fans, it's going to be weird, but hey, man, these are weird times, and we're just fortunate to be able to play basketball again.